Bon dia. We are in Angola in a town called Luena. This is actually the first city or town we find after coming through all those forest roads and offbeat tracks.
It was one of the craziest journeys we've ever done, and it was absolutely mind-boggling in the sense that we never thought we'd even make it across. But anyway, if you haven't watched that video, please do check it out. Today we are here in Luena. This is actually our first day out and about, and we are right now in the city center, and what is behind us is called the Monument da Paz, or it's the Monument of Peace. It's in the very center of the city, and it's actually a statue of two hands holding up a dove that is flying free. So apparently this monument is most iconic here in Luena, but it's actually found in so many places of Angola.
You will see them painted on walls, small statues of it. Maybe we can find a small statue of it as a souvenir.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. So today our plan is to just explore the local neighborhoods, just walk around. Our first impression of Angola, at least here in Luena, is that it's so beautiful. The city, the town is just so,
it's so
visually so beautiful. It's so hard not to stare at every building, every street corner, everything.
The streets are so wide and all the buildings are flat. It's maximum 2 or 3 floors in each building, and every building is so colorful. They're painted in yellow, pink, purple, grey. They have greenery everywhere, small gardens and trees. It's so nice.
And we can actually relate a lot of this back to what we have seen in Goa, in our home country, India. Goa also used to be a Portuguese colony, so the architecture seems to be quite similar here. And also Timor-Leste. Timor-Leste is a tiny country in Southeast Asia, which also was under colonial rule. Both Timor-Leste and Angola got independence from the Portuguese around the same time in the 70s. So Angola got it in 1975, and although it went through a lot of difficult history after that, a lot of the cities still look so beautiful.
Obrigado.
Obrigado.
That was just a lady trying to sell some mangoes.
But the interesting thing is, there are so many trees right here in the middle of the city. All of them mango trees.
Yeah.
All of them mango trees. Everywhere. You could just throw a rock at the nearest tree and it will yield some mangoes down below. So yeah, welcome to Angola, everybody. Just a few facts before we start walking around. Angola is a very large country here in southern Africa. It's fairly rich because of its oil and diamond reserves. But what was interesting for us to note is that despite being such a large country by land mass, it's actually only about 40 million people. There's a bunch of folks here behind us who are in orange shirts who are actually doing a census. So I guess they will get a new number of this population quite soon. Shish is talking to her Instagram. So that's the monument. I will say we're really sorry, but we're a bit rusty from not having vlogged in a while. So we're just trying to get our bearings right. Also, another complication is that in Angola, somebody told us filming might not be very easy, but we are tourists, and somebody else did mention as long as you're tourists, there's nothing to worry about. See, all mango trees, and all these kids are just throwing rocks to get the mangoes. Want one?
Sure.
Huh? Okay. Where are we now?
We're at the church. Look at that. This city of Luena is so well organized. It's actually like a grid, so you can see blocks of buildings arranged, and all the roads are just vertical and horizontal.
Yeah, you have 90-degree angles at every junction, and they actually have a lot of street lights, which you have not seen in a long time. I mean, in Lusaka it was there, but in most of the African countries, once you go beyond the capital city, everything gets a bit more quiet and disorganized. But this is actually very, very nice. And look at these flowers. They're just so beautiful. I think we are here at spring. So it's one of the best times to actually be in this area. And the sun also isn't quite out today. It's a bit cloudy.
Just the way we like it.
And it makes it a lot more easy to walk around. The temperature is actually about 30 degrees, which with the humidity is not very comfortable. But as long as the sun isn't there, we're all right. So we're right now standing at this roundabout.
And on one side you can see a radio station. On the other side you can see
a very nice building. I think it's a house. And then this one is the municipal building here.
And
Yeah,
on this side, we can see our fire station.
Yeah.
There. Yep. What's
Hey
up?
Shish, do you want a Kawasaki or a Kawasaki?
Kewesa.
In Portuguese, bread is called pau. The same way we call bread in India, in Maharashtra, Goa, especially when you're eating pav bhaji.
The currency here in Angola is called Angolan kwanza, and this is what a 200 kwanza note looks like. It has a picture of a valley with a small waterfall or something, and it's written as Malanje. I don't know if you'll pass through the town.
Yeah.
And 200 kwanza is worth about 20 Indian rupees, so
Yeah.
maybe about 25 cents.
Angolan money is very expensive. Like Angola is said to be one of the more expensive countries in Africa, and apparently Luanda, the capital city, is considered one of the most expensive cities in the world to live. And we're already getting a taste of that with how the currency is working here. I mean, it's a straight up division by 10 if you want to arrive at the equivalent value in INR.
Yeah.
But you don't really get much with these kind of small notes. Everything is in multiples of 100 rupees as far as our calculations go.
And the note is quite nice. It's actually made of plastic. It's soft and it's small.
Pretty cool.
É 100.
One
100. 100.
It's got some mangoes. Obrigada. It's good to eat today.
Buen día. It's all pao. Hola.
Bom dia.
Buen día.
Como estás?
Tá bom.
Graças a Deus. Vocês estão bem?
Estou bem.
Ok.
Está bem. Desculpe. Português? Não.
Não sabem bem essa
Não.
pergunta, né? Conosco aprender
Inglês.
também. Eu aprendo convosco, você aprende conosco.
English. Yes. Me turistas.
Ok,
Yes,
ok.
yes, yes. That was so friendly.
And so random. They just stopped us and they wanted to take a selfie with us.
Yeah.
And
So
then we had a little conversation with them.
we're still struggling so much to make conversation. We can only say how are you, which is como estas, and then
Good day.
we are good. I'm fine, which is Está bem, and then bon dia, which is good morning, and these kind of words, just this much. We're still learning how to say full sentences.
So after the 3 sentences, we say Portuguesa, nah.
That's all we know to do.
We just walked into a market. This side is all vegetables, and on the other side, they're selling clothes.
This is like a typical central market in Africa. But this one looks a lot more organized, doesn't it? What do you mean, baby? By the way, we just picked up a SIM card from this company called Unitel.
It was 300 kwanza for the SIM card, and we paid 1000 kwanza for 3 GB of data for a week.
Data here is a bit more expensive than neighboring Zambia and in fact even I guess Tanzania, which is where we found the most expensive internet prices on our journey so far in Africa.
So far, the cheapest was in Rwanda.
Yeah, it's still leading. And Unitel is one of the best coverage networks apparently. We have no clue whether it will work outside the city centers because while crossing the border somebody with a SIM card of that kind had trouble getting network. But supposedly that's the best way we can still stay connected. There's not a lot of Wi-Fi around in places so far, but at our host house we actually managed to find some Wi-Fi. So hopefully
We can get to upload a video today.
we just put up a community post explaining what had happened and why we hadn't been active for the last 2 weeks. So today is that day. I know the videos are a bit delayed, so now hopefully this makes sense.
Agua?
See. We're now walking on the central avenue of Luena, It's a pretty big road. It's actually a part of the national highway, I think, that leads onward to the next province. So it's a very wide road. On this side there's one lane, on the other side the opposing lane.
In the middle, they have a nice walkway with grass and then a few benches placed here and there. The locals are just sitting and relaxing during the time.
Yeah.
It's afternoon now. I guess they've all had their lunch.
And they're also selling some snacks around here, like those bread bombs, donut bombs.
And even cassava.
Yeah. And of course we see small packets of groundnut.
And many people are selling mangoes and avocados.
So we have just now arrived near the train station. So this is where the Luena train station is located. Apparently the train network is really good here in Angola because the Portuguese built it at a very early era, and then this was even built as far as the Congolese border.
So I think we're going to go in there now and see if we can get a train ticket to the next town. Well, we just went into the train station to see if we could get the tickets, but we sadly learned that at 2 o'clock the counter is closed and they no longer sell tickets. So, but the immigration officer there told us that we can come in the morning and see if we can still buy it inside the train.
The funny thing was, this immigration officer knew who we were, because while we were crossing the border at like in our last video at Karipande, the officer there had taken a picture of us and he had circulated it in WhatsApp to his officers, his seniors here. So they knew, they were expecting us to be here in Luena. So it was quite funny. They were very welcoming, very friendly, very nice.
Even though there was a language barrier, we used Translate and it took a while to get our message across and communicate properly.
But at least they've given us some comfort that we could come here at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning and we could try and get the tickets. So let's see.
But I like Luena so much. The city is so cute and small and beautiful.
Yeah, it's really, really nice.
But I can't wait to explore more of Angola.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see Luanda because we've heard it's very fascinating to see that it's very well developed and whatnot. So we're eager to see that. Anyways, thanks you guys for coming with us to a brand new country on our journey, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Time. We have roti, dal and potato curry, and look at this fries.
This is our new friend Samir Bhai.
Hi.
Hi. So Samir Bhai, how long have you lived in Angola?
Right now, more than 3 years.
3 years. Wow.
Right.
We never expected, but when we were in Konde's house, they brought us to a supermarket store, and then we ended up meeting a fellow Indian here, out in the middle of nowhere, so far away from home, so far away even in Angola, and then we still managed to find somebody from our country, and he welcomed us to his home. So we've been bunking here with Samir for the last one night, and then he's also made some very delicious food. So thank you so much.
It's welcome.
Hello. Bon dia. What's up, shish?
What do we eat?
And the only way to pay to get on the tickets is to actually be here in the morning, get on the train, and then buy the ticket while on board. Get on the train and then get the ticket.
You said get on the ticket in the train.
Get on the ticket and then get on the train.
Okay, anyways,